back again to That's Just Soul. I'm sitting here as previous with my girl Mel. And we are on a kind of serious topic today, breaking down this whole parenting our parents piece. This won't be the first time we cover this either.
Right.
I think that this is something that will be delved into on a regular basis, because every time I talk to somebody, you know, they're going through trying to process it.
Right.
You know, they're going through trying to figure it all out, trying to see how they fit into it. Because a lot of the realities, we talked about things changing. One of the things that's changed is that, like me, I'm an empty nester. Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. So, but now I realize that as I become even more of an empty nester, that my nest may become full again with my mom, number one. Or not even necessarily her living with me, but as our parents get older, and as our parents get older, we need to concern ourselves more with their welfare and well-being. And so you're not footloose and fancy-free. Some people stick their parents into homes, you know, or just ignore it. You can't, you know, I mean, you can do whatever you want to do, but that's not something that I choose to do. I am an only child,
right? Which
makes it even more interesting for me, because there is nobody else.
There's nobody else.
You know, there's nobody else. And so even their finances, you know, you don't typically ask them, because they don't want you asking them, because they're independent about their money. Right. You know, they want to tell you to mind your damn business.
Yeah,
right?
My mom ain't gonna tell me nothing about her finances.
Mine is starting to tell me, and so you have to process that and figure out, you know, really you have to respect how much they want to tell you and how much they don't want to tell you. But it's real. I mean, as they get older, you know, we got to start looking at things like long-term care policies, really. And let me put this little bit in your ear. When we did research for Parents and Our Parents, with Barbara and I, we discovered that most of the things that we are thinking about trying to figure out right now, we should have been figured out.
Oh, yeah.
We should have been figured out. Houses should have been transferred from their names to our names. Property, houses, all those things should have been transferred, because as they get older and things happen, they are not Medicare eligible. Right. And then sometimes Medicaid may need to take over so you don't have to pay it out your pocket. They're not eligible because they got too many things in their name. So the process of doing those things should really happen earlier in their lives. Okay. And we don't think about things like wills, you know, but you have to think about these things, because, you know, I had a conversation with somebody yesterday.
Has your mom made her will?
Yeah. She's real good about stuff like that.
Yeah, my mom is.
She's really good about stuff.
She's on top of her stuff.
Yeah, she's real good about stuff like that. I think she even has a burial policy. So she's really good about stuff like that. And so I had a conversation yesterday about somebody, it's my girlfriend. I won't say who it is. But she was saying that she planned on spending up all her money. She ain't leaving nothing. She said she has life insurance policy for her kids on herself. She says she's going to spend up all her money, and they have decent sized policies. So I said, well, let me ask you a question, because, you know,
is she older?
No, she's our age. Okay. She's a little bit younger than me, actually. Oh. And, well, I had some statistics, which is the number of Americans 65 and older is projected to be more than double, from 46 million today to over 98 million by the year 2060. And the 65 and older age group share of the total population will rise to nearly 24% from 15%. So
we're living longer.
We're living longer. We're living exponentially. We're living longer. And because we're living longer, we got to figure out not just what we're going to do with them.
What we're going to do with us.
What we're going to do with us. We need to really be paying attention to because we're watching it now, we need to be paying attention to walking our own children. Like, now's the time we need to be starting to pay attention to some of those things. Like, did you guys know that a lot of insurance laws and insurance rules and regulations are changing because we're living longer? Typically, I think it's 75 or 70. If you have a policy, it will expire. Yeah. And you don't have any coverage.
It did. Now they've changed
it. So now they've changed it, I think, to 80 or 85, something like that.
Which is ridiculous. How is it that, you're living too long. Oh, no, we're not going to take care of you.
No, because I think, if I'm not mistaken, and forgive me, Mom, if I get this wrong, but when my dad passed, I think he had exceeded it. He had exceeded the age, so I don't think he was eligible for that benefit. That's crazy. And so that's crazy anyway. Yeah. That you pay all that time and then they kick you out right around the time that you're probably gonna die. Right after that. It's not funny.
So then that means it was. But see, you know what that means? It was really never for you. It was all for the people. No, it wasn't. It was
No.
never for you. It was for whoever started this company, and I need to make some money. And we're going to cut this thing off at this point because we don't know how long these people are going to live, and we don't want to pay past a certain time.
Yeah, and they don't want to pay past a certain time. And those are things that were set in stone, first of all. But you got to remember, the life expectancy used to be even earlier than that. It was 65.
That's true. And
was like
what was
60
retirement? 55?
I don't know what. Let me see. Is that saying? I don't know. I don't know.
Was you retiring and dying at the same time?
I don't know. Damn, right. Because you dropped dead right after you retired, which is real. But that's not the reality anymore. We'll live to be, they say, somewhere around 115 years old.
If we live a pretty decent life.
If we live a decent life. If we get relatively frequent medical attention, that's how long that
then
we
we
will
should live to at least 115.
And so our parents, you got to get with the fact that you might not have money from a burial policy, not from a burial policy because those are very specific, but from a life insurance policy to do anything. Well, I was saying is my girlfriend said that she was leaving them life insurance, and I said, well, suppose you live to be like 90 years old. They're not going to.
They're not going to see anything.
They're not going to see nothing because the policy is going to expire. She said that's their problem. She said I'm going to buy them a house and they're going to have a car. I said, for real? Like we talking 40 years from now? She said, well, they'll each have houses. So, and that's her plan. Okay. She has 3 children, so they'll each have houses. And so she said beyond that, she's not worried about it. Now, I don't agree with that. I think that in our community, especially, one of the things that we neglect to do is to prepare ourselves and prepare our children for a future, because other groups of people do that. We on if I had to work for mine and you gonna work for yours and you gonna scrape your knee, we on all of that. We on all of that. and not just that. Other people, other ethnic groups outside of the African American community, Africans do that.
Yeah, that's true.
They prepare their family's future.
That's true. And Hispanics do that now that I think about
Asians
it.
Asians do it. Yeah, everybody do it except for us.
Well,
okay?
You know why. But anyway, that's another
that's another story.
Another bird just flew past.
Yeah, another bird flew past. Yeah, so, so we got to reverse the roles, and that's what we was really supposed to be talking this segment. Role reversal,
right?
Which is you now, with the title "Parenting Our Parents" comes from, you now taking the lead when they get to a certain age, not early, right?
No, don't do it early. No, they won't let you.
I don't want to. See, that's my thing. I'm always making sure that my mama stays as independent as she possibly can because I know that day will come. So my thing is, as long as you can do what you got to do, do what you got to do. And my buddy Rick and I were talking about this the other day. Sometimes they misconstrue that, or they think it's you not wanting to be bothered, but that's not it. The reality of it is, I know that there's gonna come a day when I have to make sure you eat and make sure that you clean and gotta go to the bathroom. I know there's gonna come a day where you can't go to your doctor's appointments by yourself. I know that that's coming on. Those roles will reverse. Just like in the beginning, you had to do it for me. I'm gonna have to do it for you.
Have to do it for
so
you.
my thing is, as long as you can do it for you, do it for you.
Yeah.
I think it continues to strengthen those muscles in you for you to be able to do it. Like I want her to be able to drive as long as she can. She drive fast. She used to drag race, so she thinks she's still
drag race.
She drives. She got mad in the car with me because I drive too slow. I drive. She be driving. Vroom, go around that person. Go that way, it's faster. Make a left turn in and a right turn in. Then you don't have to wait at that light. I'm like, how you even know all of that? because she's always figuring it out. So the roles do become reversed. In so many different ways, us having to make sure that they're okay. But I mean, they made sure that we were okay. In some instances, check this out. Role reversal is really difficult because you may have a parent who didn't do boo-boo for you.
Well, then now we got to reconcile some stuff.
Okay, so in this period of time, you guys, there's stuff that we got to reconcile. Yes. There's forgiveness that has to be done. Yeah. Remember, forgiveness is not for the other person so much as it is for you. Okay?
Because if you forgive her, then you'll be able to go and help her. If you don't.
And you'll be able to just be okay. When you don't forgive people, you walk around. Forgiveness in the metaphysical sense, and I do believe in metaphysics when it comes to spirituality, forgiveness frees you up. It eliminates pain and illness and all that kind of stuff. When you have resentment, you stay sick. And so we're talking about role reversal. We're going to spill that over into the next shot or next segment. I'm trying to stop saying segment because they're individual episodes now. But the next piece, and so just so you know, we have different segments, different episodes now. And so we're going to come back with you guys, and we're going to be talking about helping them maintain their identity. We'll just spill over. So we'll be right back with more Just Solar.